Hi everyone. Today I want to tell you just a bit about how useful and important the owner's manual is for your Ford Maverick, or for that matter, any vehicle. So I want to also encourage you, if you have a chance, to take a look at the digital manual unless you already have your physical manual with you. There's a link down in the description. So as you may know by this point, I ordered my Maverick in August of last year and received it in May of this year. So a 9-month difference. During those 9 months, I did about as much research as I could so that once I actually took delivery of the Maverick, I was ready to rock and roll and good to go. So if you are waiting for your Maverick to either be delivered because of an order, or you're just waiting for the right one to show up at a dealership and then you will go and make the purchase, either way, I highly recommend that you utilize Ford's website for the owner's manual available online. And the awesome thing about that is it's searchable. They even have an option for PDF as well as for HTML so that you can just see it right in your browser. I personally like the format of the PDF version of the manual, but I did check out the HTML version today, and that's pretty cool too. So why is it so important? Well, I'm sure you all can figure out why the manual is a good idea to read, but just some key highlights that stood out to me. Number one, you can find out some of the basic things that are often overlooked with any vehicle, it seems, these days. Quick example, using the parking brake. A lot of people seem to think that if you have an automatic transmission, you can just throw it in park and don't even worry about the parking brake. Well, the Ford Maverick actually has some safety features that can even put on the parking brake for you because it is an electric or electronic parking brake. But I would say that's not ideal. A lot of people don't seem to know that if you just throw your automatic vehicle into park, you're hitting up against a tiny little flange that can end up damaging your vehicle. So you want to use the parking brake for just that. It's not an emergency brake per se, although obviously you can use it in that situation. It's a parking brake, and once you are solidly into the parking brake, then go ahead and put it into park. Of course, the manual will speak of those things. I have seen in every recent vehicle that I've purchased where it says utilize the parking brake. It's not just for hills, it's not just for some unusual situation. It's for every time you place the vehicle in park. So that's a commonly overlooked situation, a procedure. So just be aware of that. Yes, I'm sure there are some people who would say, hey, I've always done it this other way, and why should I change now? Well, there are videos and other resources out there that will tell you exactly why it's more beneficial to do this one way versus the other. Okay, so that's one way that the manual is a benefit. Another way is just for even little simple things like operation of the wipers and the service mode for the wipers. If you want to change out the blades, or you want to clean around them a little bit better than you could if you have the wipers in the standard all the way down mode, etc. Another thing is many people seem to think that vehicles can be flat towed if they're just put in neutral. I would not have known this except that I had been told this a number of years ago, and I've also seen it in owner's manuals. And that is, a lot of vehicles, no matter whether they're in neutral or not, whether they're one type of drivetrain or another, good chance is they are not to ever be towed as a flat tow. What you should be doing is you should be putting it on a flat bed or some other form of four-wheel off the ground towing. So in other words, you shouldn't be towing it flat on the ground with all four wheels turning, or with two of the wheels turning if you have an all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive vehicle. Generally speaking, if you are towing a vehicle, the safest way is to have it completely up off the ground, or in certain cases with certain vehicles, to have a tow dolly under the 2 driven wheels if it's 2-wheel drive, for example. So your manual will tell you what you can do with your specific vehicle. Also, for vehicles that are set up for towing, like the Maverick, it will give you specific instructions for when you are using your vehicle as a tow vehicle, towing a trailer, for example. So those are some key examples of how the manual can benefit you. Be sure to check out that online manual if it will benefit you, especially if you are waiting to take delivery of your Maverick. Thanks everybody for watching, and I hope you have an amazing week. Bye-bye for now.